Welcome to my video about Alan Wake 2, the upcoming survival horror game from Remedy Entertainment. In this video, I will tell you everything you need to know about the game, including its release date, platforms, gameplay, story, and more. If you are a fan of the original Alan Wake or Remedy's other games like Control and Max Payne, you will definitely want to watch this video until the end. Alan Wake 2 is the long-awaited sequel to the 2010 cult classic Alan Wake, which followed the story of a best-selling thriller novelist who had to fight against a dark force that possessed the people and objects of a small town in Washington. The game was praised for its cinematic storytelling, atmospheric setting, and unique combat system that involved using light to weaken enemies before shooting them. Alan Wake 2 was officially announced at the Game Awards in 2021, after years of speculation and rumors. The game is set to release on October 27, 2023, for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC via the Epic Games Store. The game will be a digital-only release, meaning you won't be able to buy a physical copy of it. Remedy has also confirmed that there will be no PS4, Xbox One, or Nintendo Switch version of the game. The game will feature two playable protagonists: Alan Wake himself, who has been trapped in an alternate dimension called the Dark Place for 13 years, and Saga Anderson, a new character who is an FBI agent investigating a series of ritualistic murders in Bright Falls, the same town where Alan Wake took place. The game will have two separate single-player stories that can be played in any order, but the opening and ending sequences will only be playable as Saga. The gameplay of Alan Wake 2 will be very different from the first game. While the original Alan Wake was an action-adventure game with horror elements, Alan Wake 2 will be a full-fledged survival horror game that takes inspiration from games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. The game will have puzzles, exploration, backtracking, and a lot of tension and dread. The combat system will also be revamped, with more emphasis on strategy and resource management. Players will have to use various firearms and a flashlight to fight against enemies that are vulnerable to light. However, focusing the flashlight will drain its battery, and ammo and batteries will be scarce. Players will also have to dodge enemy attacks and use the environment to their advantage. The game will also incorporate detective elements when playing as Saga. Players will be able to pause the game at any time and access an enemy-free space called the Mind Place, which is a visual representation of Saga's thoughts. In the Mind Place, players can manage a pin board where they can connect clues and piece together the main mystery, as well as profile characters and gather information. The game will also feature manuscript pages that foreshadow upcoming events in the story, as well as a dialogue tree system that allows players to choose how they interact with other characters. The story of Alan Wake 2 will be a supernatural horror story that involves a mysterious cult called the Cult of the Tree, which worships the dark presence, the evil force that haunted Alan Wake in the first game. The cult is responsible for a series of murders in Bright Falls that are somehow connected to Alan Wake's writings. Saga Anderson arrives in Bright Falls to investigate the killings and finds herself tangled in a horror story written by Alan Wake himself. Meanwhile, Alan Wake is trying to escape from his captivity in the Dark Place by writing his own horror story involving Saga. The game will explore themes such as reality versus fiction, free will versus fate, and light versus darkness. The game will also feature many references and connections to Remedy's other games, especially Control. For example, AHTI, the janitor from Control, will make an appearance in Alan Wake 2 as a singer at a local cafe. The game will also expand on the concept of altered world events, AWEs, which are paranormal phenomena that occur when reality is altered by supernatural forces. The game will also feature live-action segments that are stylized with kaleidoscopes, cigarettes, and hair gel. Alan Wake 2 is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated games of 2023. It promises to deliver a thrilling and terrifying experience that fans of Remedy's games and horror games in general will love. If you are excited for Alan Wake 2, make sure to pre-order it now at alanwake.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching and see you next time.